Hello and welcome to another Warcraft 3 audio commentary for the channel. Today we're going to be watching a game from the Fit4Gaming Team League, and let's just get into it. In the lower left we have UA.Sonik spawning in as the Yellow Night Elf, and the map of course is Last Refuge 1.3. He will be going up against StFo.Spiral. I always get that TNF mixed up, but StFo.Spiral spawning in as the red human in the upper right. And you know, it's a game. It's for Gaming Team League. Why not? You know, it's some modern coverage, day of coverage. I'm pretty sure this was played today, so that there you go. Someone's gonna be like, oh, it was played yesterday. They uploaded it a day later. But like, no. But yeah, day of coverage is what I'm gonna call this. So we actually see Sonic going for a AOW creep in a very unorthodox location on this peculiar map. As you can see, it's right here. It's at, it's pretty much the Twisted Meadows camp. It's a little different. It's on Melting Valley. You've seen this creep camp on multiple maps, I'm sure. But yeah, and it's kind of out of the way, kind of close to the human player's base, sort of in the middle of the map ish. But it's unorthodox, so there's a good chance he'll get away with it. You know, as you can see, StFo.Spiral gonna come down here and scout. What he's gonna scout is he's probably gonna think, oh, it looks like a hunts build, most likely, because he's not gonna see the AOW around here. You know, he's not gonna see it over here. He's just gonna have to wonder, is this a hunts build or is there an AOW somewhere on the map? And with Sonic being a little bit sneaky, and I don't know. Well, I mean, I do know, but I'm not gonna tell him. I can't, whatever. Look, so we have the Archmage is coming out for Spiral right here. It's about to come out. Spiral's, you know, it's doing what Spiral does. He looks like he's going to pull out some militia. Let's see, 4 militia maybe? No, just 3. And I think that's going to be 1 footman over here. If we see down here, you can see, of course, there's a wisp that was checking out what was happening. I think it was something to do with this here footman. Are we actually going to see a, oh, we are. Of course we are. I'm not even sure why I didn't say this earlier. We're seeing probably a Beastmaster, I would assume. Maybe yeah, Beastmaster first for Sonic. And Spiral's gonna find the Ancient of War. He's gonna say, I see where you're creeping. And actually that's a little bit more obvious. I did not quite, I saw it, but I wasn't paying enough attention. This Altar of Elders was going up late, which means a Tavern Hero. And a Tavern Hero, where, you know, that generally indicates there's going to be something going on with archers. I mean, you could do Beastmaster hunts, but that's something you probably reserve for like human. Otherwise, you're pretty much you're pretty much going to be doing some kind of creeping somewhere on the map, probably with an AOW. Sometimes you won't with a Beastmaster, but it's probably going to be archers. So that's that. We actually see a second Ancient of War coming down right here. It's going to be allowed him to creep out that orange camp. And of course, we actually have a scout footman doing a little bit of harass inside of Sonic's base at the moment. Up here, we can see, of course, while Sonic finishes this creep camp off with his units, he's going to run in his Beastmaster up here to try to get a creep jack on this mercenary camp. We'll be able to do so. Going to get immediately surrounded, however. I think he was able to take down one little peasant guy. He's going for another one before he has to TP out. Not going to happen, though. And we'll see, of course, Spiral picking up a Forest Troll Shadow Priest from this mercenary camp, which is going to allow him to actually go ahead and heal up his units that are kind of low, finish off the creep camp, and be pretty good. And we can see level 2 being picked up now by that Archmage, as well as a Scourge Bone Chimes, which of course provides 15% lifesteal to all melee units, which is a pretty good attribute. It's amazing for footmen and militia, especially versus archers. So that's a great item for Spiral. Over here you can see, of course, Sonic is going to continue creeping with this Ancient of War. He says, it's right here. I'm going to move it over here, creep out the green. So he's crapped out this. Did he pick up the item? It's still sitting there. So Ring of Protection +2. Maybe he'll pick that up in a bit. You know, probably will. This one is finished. He's actually pumping archers with it, so maybe we'll see him trying to creep this out later, or potentially this. I guess he could do lots of things. He sees, makes an archer. Says, okay, well, now I'm going to uproot it. And where will he move it to? Because he could move it to these trees, most likely. Of course, you get you a nice central position between both the camps, and then of course, you know, you can eat the trees, and that heals you up. That's helpful. And yeah, over here you can see, of course, Spiral's going for an expansion creep. I don't know if he's actually going to expand or not. It looks like he wants to, because these guys are still chilling here. Yes, he is going to go ahead and do that. Puts down a scout tower first, because honestly, you're probably going to want to have 2 or 3 arcanes right there, simply because there is a Beastmaster on the map, and you can sit there and suicide his summons into your workers if you don't have a way to deal with them quickly. And of course, arcane towers do extra damage to those summons, so it's kind of nice. You can see, of course, Sonic picking up a Forest Troll Berserker as well as a Forest Troll Shadow Priest. And we're going to see one of these archers. It's going to immediately get picked off as Spiral runs in here. Has two of his footmen immediately netted by the creeps, and he's just going to go ahead and say, well, screw it. I'm going to go ahead and try to micro out a little bit, block your Beastmaster and try to kill it because it's kind of low, and I know it doesn't have a TP, and I think it might actually work. It does go down. I think, kind of convinced it would live there. Very low HP, but not quite, and that's going to be very close to level 4 now for this Archmage. And as you can see, these two Ancient of Wars, they're in a bit of trouble, actually. So, yeah, and then Spiral's just going to say, screw it, I'm going to creep your green here as well. I know you're going to have to run those archers and crap away somewhere else and whatever. And yeah, we can see the Arcing Tower about to finish. Actually seeing the Beastmaster being Tavern revived at level 2. Bit of an interesting decision. But, you know, he's going to go ahead and say, I'm going to try to stop your Exo because he knows that's coming. He could tell pretty much from just the items that Sonic had on his Archmage, plus the level and the timing. It was kind of obvious. Like, it's like, yeah, you're obviously going for an expansion right now. That's how this is working out. And he's just going to come in here and he says, you know, I'll just tank the Arcane Tower. I know that I don't have enough mana because I just got Tavern Revive. You start with 0 mana. He's like, I don't have any mana to summon, so screw it. I'll just tank and I'll kill your freaking peasants. And that's what he's doing. He's killing some freaking peasants. Can actually pick up by walking over here. And actually had a scout, so you could probably see that as well. But all that stuff plus the scout kind of makes it obvious that there's an expansion. But we can see Sonic is sitting at tier 2. Gonna have a Hunter's Hall going up right there, but it's gonna immediately get canceled. We can see a Wisp gonna get detonated, another detonation right here on top of that Archmage, as well as that Water Elemental. And now, of course, Spiral going for the Moonwell. And is he just going to leave this here? He might just leave that there. Oh, I see. Never mind. He's running from the 5 Militia. That's probably a good call. And I think he's going to try to run to the middle of the map and pick up a second hero. Because he is, yeah, Panda's second hero. That's probably a good hero for defending this push. And he's got to do something. And, of course, Panda's going to work out pretty well later on in the game, just because it's human. Pandas generally are good versus human. They're good versus expansions. They're good versus towers. It's just an all-around great unit. But it's, of course, very good with this AoE because there's not really going to be a lot of healing going on. Of course, you can see trying to get a surround on that Beastmaster. Not going to quite pan out for him. We will see him be able to take down one of those 4-stroke Berserkers, and that was actually Sonic going ahead and taking down Spiral's 4-stroke Berserker, Shadow Priest. But not before he was able to get a couple of abolishes off on a Quillbeast. There is a 4-stroke Berserker right here for Spiral, still alive. And look at that, those breaths are really nice. Are we going to see this Water Elemental getting denied? No, it's just going to get taken down by Sonic. And over here, of course, we have just an archer going down to those footmen. And there's now a 4-stroke Shadow Priest taking a little bit of damage from one of those footmen as well. So Sonic's trying his best to hold right now. He's going to take out another footman. But honestly, it's not looking too good. You can see he's down to 2 Moonwells in his base. I mean, his heroes are kind of getting a little bit ragged. And he's going to start losing those casters as well. He doesn't have quite enough mana for another Breath of Fire on this Panda. I'm not quite sure how he's going to hold. And that Panda, I'm actually surprised, did not die right there. Of course, I think... no, we don't see a boots of speed on this guy, but he's still very fast. We actually see some mercenaries have been picked up for this to deal with this, to try to harass this expansion that Spiral has put up, and Spiral's just going to TP to it and say, you know what, screw it. Panda actually going to hit level 2 right here, but again, you know, he has one Breath of Fire there. That's all he can use, and he's going to have to back off. And will Sonic be able to keep these units alive? Hopefully. Hopefully he will, because, I mean, as it is, he is in a rugged position. See him throwing down a shop as well as a Moonwell. Had to spend a lot of wisp to get all of that down to actually defend that. Of course, you can see he does have a fair amount of wood stockpiled, which is good, but that's only going to give him about 2 lures, and he's going to have like 100 wood, and then that's, you know, enough for like a Dryad, for example. So he's going to have to get a lot more wood, and he's just behind right now. He's definitely very far behind. Can't really do much with that Panda. Can't really heal the Panda up. As you can see, it's not even midday yet, so, you know, it's not good. You're going to see a 4-stroke Berserker going down. Level 5 being picked up by that Archmage. Level 3 Water Elementals are out on the field. That's going to be painful. And is there a Keep Tech? There are Keep Techs on the way. The expansion is up for Spiral at this point. You know, I mean, Sonic's going to keep trying. He does have a level 4 Beastmaster now, so he's not too terribly far behind in terms of hero experience. But, you know, his economy needs to pick up pretty quickly or he's in trouble. Because he has to wait for this Hunter's Hall to go. He has to keep distracting this long enough until it hits nighttime so he can actually start healing his units. I mean, he can pop a Moonstone right here. There you go, to go ahead and get some Moonwell mana back. But again, he only has 3 Moonwells right now, and that's still not really enough. And maybe if he can get some bears out with Rejuvenation, he can actually pull this off. But it's, yeah, again, I would say it's definitely not looking great for him. Now, honestly, at this point as well, I would say for Spiral, we might be seeing some kind of crazy push coming in at tier 2. You know, he's about to hit Keep Tech. He might say, you know what, I'll just regroup my forces. Oh, and actually, we might even see the Beastmaster going down. Apparently, he got surrounded. He did, I think, he went for this deny there. I'm not sure if he got it. Well, he definitely didn't get it. As you can see, the Archmage's getting very close to level 6 now. I would say losing the Beat Smasher might have just sealed the game, though, for Spiral. And I don't think he's going to have to play as smart as I think he would have had to otherwise, because that Beat Smasher was providing a bit of stuff, but yeah, not in this case. Of course, there's a clarity on the Panda. He doesn't use his Moonwall mana during night. He just says, you know what, I got this guy. I can use him to heal up, and, you know, I'll use a clarity to heal up my mana. So it's almost as good as Moonwalls. However, Moonwalls are simply more important. And of course we have this Thunderhawk just trying to do some damage. It's going to go down and just give a little bit of XP. We actually see a Naga being picked up as Spiral's second hero, and that's going to give him Cold Arrow, and that's going to give him the ability to pretty much say, if I look at it, it's going to die. And that's a pretty powerful ability, especially when you're coming into a base like this where there's really no defense here whatsoever. There's no lures on the map. There's one Ancient of War, and that's it. He probably should have brought that into his base to try to just have that as a building he could defend with, maybe. I mean, he needs something, because this is simply not enough. And again, he just hasn't had the resources to go ahead and throw down some lures to get some tier 2 units. If he had some tier 2 units right now, again, maybe he could actually defend this, but again, it's just not looking good. And are we gonna see that Beastmaster getting surrounded one more time? Not quite yet, but maybe. Oh, it's getting really close. Gonna get him staffed out by the Panda, and that's gonna work out pretty well. Of course, we're gonna see a nice Haze Fire being cast. Panda taking some damage. Not quite got enough gold for a healing potion just yet, but there it is. Will he pick that up? Yes, he does. There is, of course, those Moonwall mana up there. He might want to save it, but he has to before the potion, but looks like he's going to use that potion first. Panda's going to go down very close to those Moonwalls, and Sonic's just going to say, good game. I've clearly been outplayed, well played, etc., etc. I don't know if Sonic said all of that, but he said good game, and I mean, that kind of implies it all. So there you go. This is not a very long game. I thought I must have misread it because I thought it said 20 minutes, but hey, you know, I mean, there you go. There's a game. It's modern coverage, modern day coverage. So yeah, if I don't know what to say. There's the game. There's the game. And it's not a best of 3 as far as I can tell. It's just a one game, one off type of deal. I really have no idea what's going on with Fit4Gaming Team League right now. So maybe this was played as part of a match, like a team match or something. That would make sense. But again, I don't know. I've got no idea. So I guess, as always, I'll see you next time.